Hey there, I'm Lisa Doyle with Serena Real Estate, Christie's International here in our wonderful East Bay. So welcome to my market update. I always love to shoot my market updates from some of my favorite places across the East Bay. So here I am today at one of my favorite places. I'm at the Bocce Ball Courts here in Blackhawk. And this is one of the places where my kids and I love to come. There's fire pits and we love to come here throughout the spring and fall. So I just wanted to share with you guys one of my favorite spots. So here we are, some data that you guys are gonna want to pay attention to. Most people are asking questions. I want to give you a quick update on our East Bay and then talk to you a little bit about what some of my home sellers have been asking more of. You know, a lot of questions around pricing and how to determine value and what's the best strategy for that. So I want to share some information with you. But before I do that, I want to give you guys some data. So here we are, we are almost the end of October and market's been stable. As you guys look at the numbers, you'll see right now we have 1,139 active listings in our East Bay, and there are 576 pending. So our gap between the active and pending has gotten a little bit larger. It just means that, the market is a little bit more normal. If you guys remember, in the very heat of our market, we had about 400 active and about 900 pending. So we've kind of had a little bit of a flip-flop in that, which just means the market is more normal right now. Inventory still remains below normal in most of our cities. So like for instance, in Danville, there's only 102 active listings, and in San Ramon, only 97. Generally speaking, you would see 20 or 30% more than that typically. So things are still stable. Low inventory is keeping the market strong. And my prediction for next year, I'm gonna be sharing you guys data over this next few months, but my prediction for next year, I think the market next year is going to be strong. I think we're likely to see interest rates continuing to come down. Rates right now, you can typically get a 30-year fixed rate somewhere in the upper fives, low sixes, depending on your relationship with your bank and your credit and everything. So rates have gotten a little bit better. Not anywhere where we're likely to be headed, hopefully. My prediction is we will settle down somewhere close to where we were prior to COVID, which was like upper fours, lower fives would be my prediction. And I think sometime next year is likely to be when that happens. We'll see, no crystal ball. But a couple things I want to share with you guys. I want to share with you a couple slides. This first slide that you look at, one of the questions that nationally we ask is, what are home sellers' biggest concerns? And if you guys look at this graph, 58% of most home sellers, their biggest concern is pricing. Like, how do you determine value? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's a tough one. There's not a science to value. It's a crazy roller coaster these last few years. With the market much hotter during COVID than anyone would have expected. And then of course things have normalized as the rates jumped way up because of inflation and everything, but we'll see. I think that next year we'll likely see the inflationary trends stronger and interest rates coming down. We'll see, that's my prediction. But as you guys see, 58% of the home sellers are concerned with pricing. So the next slide I want to show you, it says here, homes priced right are selling very quickly. Homes priced too high are deterring prospective buyers. So one of the statistics that came out this week is there's a lot more price reductions happening right now. And you know what? I don't think it has anything to do with prices falling as much as it has to do with home sellers starting off higher than maybe what they might choose to, and then discovering during the process that they hit the market too high and they're making adjustments, which is okay. There's no science to this. It's hard. In all my years, 38 years in this business, I would tell you the hardest part is during a crazy, unpredictable market that we've seen, determining value is not a science. It's more of a gauge, and you monitor the supply and demand. So the next slide I want to show you guys, and this will show you where prices have been. And of course it shows you back in 22, we had the hottest, most unprecedented market I have ever seen or ever studied. As long as the data is back, this market was the hottest we've seen. So 22, and then all of a sudden, of course, inflation went crazy, interest rates went crazy, and the market fell, right? Or prices stabilized. So you can see here back in like May of that year, we saw a bit of an adjustment, things becoming more normal. And since then, as you guys can see from this slide, we've had a little bit of a normalizing, right? Market's stable right now. It's not crazy hot. We're not in that space of where you might deem to be crashing. I don't think we're likely to see that. I think next year's market's going to be a little bit more confidence in the market due to the likelihood of rates coming down. We'll see, that's my prediction. And then if you guys look at this last slide I want to show you, and this is where I want to offer some assistance. If you guys look at this slide, it talks about If you're underpriced, of course you have the potential of leaving money on the table. And then overpriced homes sit on the market longer. It deters potential buyers, and price drops can be seen as a message of what's wrong with this house. So you have to be super mindful. There's not a science to this, but we've been watching the market daily, coming up with some strategies for next year. And I think that there's definitely going to be a strong opportunity for home sellers to capture a good interest in the market. We'll see. No science to this at all, but let me know if you guys have questions. I'm going to keep you guys posted as we enter the end of the year and of course launching into 25. But I'm Lisa Doyle. You guys take care, stay well, and hopefully you've enjoyed the scenery here. One of my favorite spots. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.